But most of the time I'm dating guys that are far away, so it's usually 2 weeks. And the reason why I'm doing this, one, for my safety, but two, also because if I can talk to that guy for a while, I've got a very good idea of who he is. Now, do you know that man properly? Absolutely not. And I'm not going to be naive enough to say that you do. But you have a better understanding of his values, what he stands for, what he likes, what he's into, whether or not he's misogynistic, homophobic, racist. These things will come up in conversation if you are smart enough. You have to know what to ask.
Yes, guys, the classic woman over 30 trying to settle down now requires you to take her on dinner dates, looking for a man with morals. Yo, what is going on, guys? So on today's episode, we are going to be covering this woman right here, who has been recently roasted by men in her TikTok comment section for saying that she refuses to go on coffee dates. You know why? Because men have to invest more, guys. If you want to date a fantastic woman such as this, you can't take her on no mere coffee date, okay? You have to take her out to dinner. You have to invest more money. Now, this woman insists that she's not using men for money, guys. She just wants you to take her for dinner because she likes the food, apparently. But that is the situation. This woman is refusing coffee dates, says that you have to take her out on dinner dates, and now she's responding to men who are obviously roasting her. Now, let's jump into this video, guys. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
That's why I say no to coffee dates. And so I will spend a while getting to know somebody, because again, a lot of this comment section is saying, well, coffee dates are just a really casual way of getting to know somebody. As a woman, I'm not going and meeting somebody I barely know. It's not fucking safe. Second of all, I'm spending about 2 weeks minimum talking to a guy before I go on a date.
Okay, so let's pause it here. That's complete nonsense. I believe this woman is in her 30s, right? And she's looking to settle down now. And she's trying to give this whole spiel about how she really vets men now, guys. You know, she talks to them for at least 2 weeks before she meets up with them. This is nonsense. This is the classic virtue signaling that women over 30 like to do, to pretend like they have some degree of purity. It's complete nonsense, okay? They might do this for dudes who they're not attracted to, but I guarantee you this woman has hooked up with many chads without having to, you know, that man having to talk to her online for 2 weeks.
If he's really, really local, maybe a week and a half. But most of the time I'm dating guys that are far away, so it's usually 2 weeks. And the reason why I'm doing this, one, for my safety, but two, also because if I can talk to that guy for a while, I've got a very good idea of who he is. Now, do you know that man properly? Absolutely not. And I'm not going to be naive enough to say that you do. But you have a better understanding of his values, what he stands for, what he likes, what he's into, whether or not he's misogynistic, homophobic, racist. These things will come up in conversation if you are smart enough. You have to know what to ask.
Yes, guys, the classic woman over 30 trying to settle down now requires you to take her on dinner dates, looking for a man with morals. I'm sorry, guys, but whenever I see videos like this, these women always try and convince you that they care about morals. They don't. But they don't. If they cared about morals, they would have married that guy with morals when he was 23. This is such a lie that women love to tell. They love to tell men that they're out there hunting for a guy with morals, right? They're really looking for a nice man. It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Being nice, having good morals, these things to modern women rank so low on the totem pole. Now, what will happen though, is if you have these sorts of qualities, right? If you're a real nice man and you're a bit of a simp, right? You got them morals. I mean, these women will absolutely use you for free dinners. They might even have a relationship with you that consists of no intimacy whatsoever. You know, you might be so lucky. Hell no, in my opinion. Absolutely not.
And if you spend a while getting to know a guy and asking these questions first, you don't have to go on a coffee date to not waste your time and to be able to get away quicker, because you would have already known the type of man, to the best of your ability, that you'll be going on a date with. And this is why I always do a 1 to 2 week period of talking and asking really important questions.
Any woman who talks about dating men like it's a skincare routine is absolutely out of their minds, guys. Like, please understand how big of a red flag this is, okay? When women come on the internet and they have a usual process for dating men. Like, let's think about this for a second, guys, right? These women have a routine. They have a set method for dating men. Do you really think women with a set routine on how they usually date men are going to make good relationship material? Are going to make good wives? Oh, hell no. Absolutely the hell not. Like, this is ridiculous, man. Like, if a woman has a routine with how she dates men, that tells you everything you need to know. Oh, well, usually I do. What do you mean, usually? How many dudes are we talking about here? It's a lot. I can tell you that right now, guys. This woman has been with a lot of guys.
I'm not doing small talk straight away. I'm dating with intention, so I'm asking important questions. I'm asking questions that somebody who's 30 asks because I'm not wasting my time. Even as
She's not wasting her time, guys, right? She's in her 30s, not wasting time.
a woman who doesn't want to get married, doesn't want children, I'm still dating with purpose. I'm still dating with the idea of if I'm going to be with a man, it's going to be hopefully for the rest of my life.
Yeah, guys, I can't wait to date a 30-plus-year-old woman who demands that I take her out to dinner dates. And also, we're not going to have any children, too. That's fantastic.
And so because I'm dating with that idea in mind, I'm going to ask important questions. I'm going to ask the questions that are really important, like religion, like children, like marriage, like where do you stand on feminism?
I guarantee you this woman is a staunch womanist. You know what I mean? No kids, no marriage. You have to be a womanist. You have to be okay if I decide to cut all of my hair completely off. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, sign me up. Yeah, really, sign me up. Hell no, man.
What's your political views? And there's nothing wrong with asking that beforehand.
Can't be a Republican. I guarantee you guys, if you're an American watching this, you have to be a Democrat if you wish to date this wonderful woman.
You can ask it quite light-hearted, you can ask it quite casually, you can ask it more towards the end of the date. But also, if you're talking to a man that's also dating with intention, he's probably going to want to ask you those same questions as well.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. Any dude who's dating a woman who's a womanist has already lost. You know what the funniest thing about these things are, man? Is like, even if these women find their perfect little simp, right? Their perfect little dude that they can boss around, who's going to, you know, listen to everything they say, who is covered in tattoos, like, you know, they look like a school desk, okay? Who's some, you know, some Democrat, like some Democrat womanist, afraid of saying anything offensive, that type of guy. When these women eventually find their man, quotation marks, they're never going to respect him. Because the type of man that puts up with a woman like this has, and I say this, zero testosterone, guys. I'm saying it facetiously, like obviously not zero, but the type of man who puts up with a woman like this has no self-respect. Absolutely none whatsoever. And the thing is, guys, whenever women deal with men who have no self-respect, number one, they don't respect them either. And number two, they use them until they burn out. It's disgusting. So, you know, when women like this, like they jump on the internet and talk about dating with intention, it doesn't matter who you date because you're insufferable and it's never going to work. You're never going to be happy at all.
So it's actually beneficial for both of you. If you were doing this, then you wouldn't have to worry about getting away from a coffee date. You wouldn't have to worry about oh, I feel awkward, so I want to leave. Because you'd already kind of know the man you're dating-ish, enough to have a better idea. It's better for your safety, and it's better for you working out if this is the type of man I want to date. And
I'm so sick of hearing this safety argument from women, by the way, guys. So let's rationalize this. So you won't go on a coffee date with a man, but you'll go on a dinner date with a man, but you're concerned about your safety. Wouldn't it be significantly safer to get a coffee in the middle of the day in a public setting? Guys, like, you know, oh, I'm concerned about my safety. No, you aren't. No, you are not. This is a complete cop-out, guys. Everybody knows that modern-day women do not take their safety seriously. Point in case, we're not okay meeting up with a man for coffee, but we are totally fine meeting up with a man for dinner at nighttime. Classic. Makes a lot of sense.
I think the same goes for men as well. You want to know if it's the type of woman you want to date. But a lot of men are actually going to coffee dates because if they can get you on a casual date, then they might be able to get you in a casual situation.
No, the reason why most men go on coffee dates is so that they can weed out women like you who are only there using them for their resources. You know what else is funny, guys, is like even the men, right? There are very, very successful men who are hyper wealthy, who could, like have money that you couldn't even dream of. And they will still take women out on coffee dates. You know why? Because they want to weed women like you out. And these women will sit here and say, well, I want a man to take me out to dinner because I want to make sure he's not broke. That's what they're thinking in their head, by the way, right? It's like it's a resource check. The thing is, dudes with resources and self-respect don't fall for this crap, right? They might when they're younger, but as they get older, especially, a lot of the men with resources, you'll never actually know that they have resources. They won't be caught taking you out, wasting money on you, taking you to these dinners and that sort of a thing, right? A lot of like hyper wealthy men, like they don't even dress like they're super wealthy. Why? Because oftentimes they're trying to avoid women like you. Isn't that crazy to think about, guys? Like you can work your entire life, you can become successful, make something of yourself, and you have to hide it because you're trying to avoid women like this. It's a sad world we live in, really.
And a lot of these men are also thinking, well, if I've got 3 or 4 girls in a week and I like 2 of them, I've got a roster. I'm a woman that's not dating with a roster, so therefore I'm not going to date a man that wants to date with a roster. And because a coffee date screams that to me, that's why I won't do a coffee date.
Most men don't have rosters of women. Again, completely out of touch with the average experience of a man. The average man cannot line up 3 to 5 women in a week. This is how you know this woman doesn't live in reality, by the way, and she's trying to lock down chads. Also, I guarantee you she does roster date. This is complete nonsense. She absolutely talks to multiple men at the same time. Don't give me this crap. Man, I don't believe... these women, they think that they can just say crap and people are going to believe them. You know what I mean? I'm a 30-plus-year-old woman. I'm not looking to waste time. I'm ready to settle down. I talk to one man at a time. I talk to that man for 2 weeks at least. He has to take me out to dinner. Like, cut the cap. Cut the nonsense. Like, the only person that believes this is simps, right? And your audience who don't even believe it, but they love to clap you on the back. Hilarious.
And to me, that's just common sense because... again, if you ask a man honestly, they will tell on themselves. And if you spend long enough talking to a man, they do tell on themselves. So if you're talking to a man for a very short amount of time and then going straight to a coffee date, of course you haven't got enough time to realise what his intentions are because you've not given him enough time to tell on himself.
You know, the funny thing is as well about intentions, like women talk about this all the time. Oh, I've got to figure out a man's intentions. First of all, it's very damn obvious from the context under which you two meet, okay? If you're liking some shirtless chat on a dating profile, obviously he has a lot of women. Obviously he's just going to be looking for fun. But let's just say you go out on a date with this man. You know what you can do? You can just not go home with him. You can have the coffee and then you can leave. I love how women try and always paint this guy as like, oh, I don't know what his intentions are. You know you can just say no, right? You know you don't have to go back to his house. You know you can meet him in the middle of the day for coffee, right? But of course, these women will never acknowledge that. Guys, I'm going to leave today's episode here. I can't be bothered with this woman anymore. Absolutely ridiculous. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.